Hey folks, Brad with SecurIT360 here to introduce an exciting new addition to our pen test tool repository. That is basically that we're offering now a customer portal. The value here is that during the course of the penetration test, as we add new evidence, as we introduce new findings into our system, it populates inside of your portal. There's a couple of different things that makes that super cool. Number one, you do not have to wait until the end of the penetration test to look at the report and look at the findings. And number two, you can actually get a lot more detail in the portal. It's one of the things that really excites us the most about it is that we can provide you with even more resources and even more information. You know, a lot of things don't fit well into a PDF file. So this is our opportunity to have a more interactive role with our folks, with our customers and with the IT staff of recipients of penetration tests. So let's get right into it. So the very first page, the overview, you can see here, you can kind of dig into the kind of high-level manager view of what the findings were, what categories, what severity, and you can drill into it just a little bit if you want to, but there's not a ton of detail here. So there's definitely value. You can even see where some systems in particular have, more findings than others. So maybe focusing on that to fix first would be valuable for you. We can also drill down into the issues themselves. So this is going to give you, kind of a list of how many times did that issue show up in my pen test, or has it so far? What is its severity? And then when you click on it, you can get into the real details, right? Like, tell me more about this finding. In this case, we're also providing references. We will be providing references in a lot of cases where it makes sense that if you want to read or gain more detail about this particular finding, you can. Of course, we're going to explain what the finding is, how to fix it, and then, of course, the references will be there as well. Now, if you want to get down even more detail, right, let's go look at this. For example, this zone transfer that's available on this DNS server, we're going to provide you with evidence, right? So there's the screenshots of whatever the tool is or whatever the finding is going to be included here. And you're also going to get to see which systems were affected in a little bit more detail as well. Now, here's the added value of that, right? You can actually see in this particular case that the command we use to get that result is included there, but in a lot of cases, it's not going to be in the command. So for example, down here with this weak password policy, there's not a lot of evidence because that doesn't make sense, but we will be providing notes, for example, of how we created the word list to password spray Active Directory where we got accounts that maybe told us you had a bad password policy. So where possible, we're going to be including things like steps to reproduce the issue. What does this mean for you guys? Well, that means that there's a strong possibility that, this can be your one-stop shop for, fixing pen test findings, getting more detail. If you send us a message and say, hey, can you give me more detail on that one thing or show me how to reproduce it? We can upload a script for you, and then you can go out and do that on your own. So tremendous amount of value there. And then finally, deliverables. This is where you're going to get the report for your pen test. So you can click on it, you can download that file, and then you can look through all those findings. This gives you a portable format. You can take it away, email it around, whatever you need to do inside your organization. The other thing that you're going to find here is where it makes sense, we're going to be including white papers. We're in the process internally of publishing new ways of fixing problems. And so, for example, with the zone transfer, there might be an additional download here that says, hey, here's how to fix it, here's why it's bad, and just provide additional detail that you can use to fix those issues. So I hope you're as excited about this as we are, and we look forward to working with you and interacting with you through our new pen test portal.